Well, we missed on Cantwell. What does it mean for Georgia? Does Kirby Smart suck at NIL? A lot of people are saying it. A lot of people saying he can't keep up. I'll tell you why that's nonsense and why you should actually watch what's happening next. Locked on Bulldogs.
You are Locked on Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Locked on Bulldogs, part of the Locked on Podcast Network, your team every single day. Thank you for the first listeners, the everydayers, and the loyal third segment listeners that are here. I am Clint. I am your spot to know everything that there is to know about UGA football for fans, by fans, and we are the biggest, baddest fans in the land. UGA is fantastic, and I'm here to give you all the breaking news, all the insights, all offseason long. Today, we're talking about recruiting. Yes, we missed on Cantwell. He chose Miami. I was on this podcast 2 weeks ago saying Jared Curtis didn't sound like that was going to be a surefire thing for the Dogs. Turns out I was dead wrong. I gave us a 100% chance early on in the process. The closer it got, the less confident I felt. I gave a 60% chance. Turns out he did. He's a 100% dog. Cantwell, I felt after the domino of Curtis was going to start an absolute avalanche, which it very well still could, by the way, because we're going to talk about all the absolute lunacy surrounding Miami, Cantwell, recruiting, NIL, and what it means going on, and how everybody has a take and everybody has a rant, and they're all wrong. I haven't heard anybody, save for a few folk over on our X account, that actually knows what the heck's going on. We're going to give Miami their flowers. We're going to talk about Kirby Smart not losing a single step in recruiting at all. Talk about why this is here, but I'm going to talk about the miss on Cantwell. First segment, why that's important for us and why Kirby Smart hasn't missed. Secondly, I'm going to talk about the biggest NIL losers. There is a team that, like, bigger NIL losers that thought they were set up for primetime success and why nobody is talking about them. I'm going to tell you why nobody's talking about them and why everybody wants to lay on Kirby. Let me give you a hint. It's because it's easy and lazy. And then lastly, I'm going to talk about a new target for us. Yes, we have a new target from the aforementioned absolute NIL losers. Let's start with the news. Cantwell goes to Miami. I'll give you a short version of how the story unfolded and why NIL is not your grandpa's college football era anymore. Like it, hate it, indifferent towards it, exciting, good for the sport, good for the kids. On this podcast, we have always said we are pro player getting the ability to leverage their greatness for their own gain. Always have said that. I nothing about that has changed. In the same sentence, I can say Cantwell made a massive mistake. I can say, I'm happy that you got what you think you deserve. Great. You messed up. You messed up. Michael Williams just signed a guaranteed contract over $16 million, $24 million over the lifespan of his very first contract, not to mention much more. You screwed up. And good for you for getting yours. Both can be true at the same time. We miss on Cantwell. Here's how the story unfolded. Kirby Smart and staff made a great push all the way up until the actual day of the decision, and it seemed like Georgia was in the driver's seat for the majority of that time. Oregon tried to make a push. He had a great visit out there. They were unwilling to spend a lot of their budget on Cantwell. They had other priority targets in mind. Georgia has already priority targets in. And I told you last week that Kirby Smart does not, in fact, overpay for anybody. There's not one person in America. There's not a position. There's not a player. Not a position or a player that Kirby Smart will say, I must have this particular guy. What he will say, here's how Kirby knows he needs this particular guy. If the guy wants to come to Georgia and get developed and get better and move on, that's how Kirby knows I need that guy. Kirby and company made a great pitch, a strong start, a great relationship with Cantwell. Every indication seemed like that was going that way. And Georgia's been in this position before. When you're the biggest dog on the planet people will leverage you. They will pit other schools against the threat of Georgia, against the super team, against the Kirby Smart, against who we are. They will leverage that for themselves. It seems that's what Cantwell did. Cantwell used his opportunity and his pursuit by Georgia to acquire his talents down in Athens. And he told other schools, hey, here's what's going on. Here's where I'm at. Truthful and honest, he has no reason not to be. He's got so much power. He's in a seat of power and position of driver that then the other schools, Miami, came on late and said, what will it take to get you to Miami? What's it going to take? Now, I say Cantwell screwed up and I say Miami screwed up all at the same time because it took around 5 million, north of 4, around 5, to get this 18-year-old human the ability to start making life-altering decisions of NIL valuation. Good on him. He has made a decision that he wants it up front. He wants it now. And maybe he has the bandwidth, the education, the knowledge, the wisdom to do something good with it. And maybe he's surrounded by other people. And maybe he's going to go ahead and progress and get to the point where that 5 million looks like a drop in the bucket of other things that he's going to get down the road. Possibly. But that's what happened. Last minute, Miami came, said, we're going to drop this bag on your doorstep. He said, thank you. I'm choosing you. Now, what's wild to me, the lunacy is for him to say it's about development. No, it's not, son. And just say it's not. You don't have to tell me it's about development. How do I know it's not about development? Because you went to Miami. No one's been developed at Miami in over a decade. There's been players come out of Miami, but no one's been developed. Mario Cristobal is actively snatching the game from the jaws of victory into the hands of defeat at his own stupidity. No one's getting developed. You should have said, I took an opportunity to strike while the iron's hot and I'm going to enjoy my time. Say that. Now, here's why you don't say that. And here's what people are missing. Here's why he cannot say that. Even though that's what he should say. He won't say it. NIL people that come out and say, hey, it's no problem. It's nothing wrong with him. He can't say that because now he's on record of saying, I'm just going for the highest bidder. NFL. I want the 5 million now, but I also want 20 million in 3 years. Anybody else remember recently a trend of people talking out of their backside, getting looked at sideways by the NFL? He can't go on record of saying it. Cantwell cannot say, I just took the best opportunity in front of me, because PR matters, because he's still in a 3-year job interview. He wants his now, but he has to lie and say all the right things because NFL GMs do not forget. NFL coaches, NFL players do not forget. And if he says, just like every single rookie that gets it on over there, that was fantastic in high school and fantastic in college, gets the NFL level, and it is so, the margin of difference between players is so wafer thin. That's why the greatest of the greats are truly elite status, because the margin of error is so wafer thin. Cantwell can't say, I did it for the money. I did it for the valuation. I'm getting mine now. He can't, because that would mean later on down the road, his other suitors, his other bosses will look back on this and say, that's not somebody who I want to bring into my business facility around other guys that want to compete and love football, because I'm going to give him his first contract and he's going to shut it down, because then he's going to go enjoy 29, 28-year-old life with 25 million on his own. Be wise, be smart, go do that thing. I don't want that. I want longevity, and I want health, and I want a good team, and I want people competing, and I want them winning so that my product is better. That's why I can't say that, people. So is he in a catch-22? Yeah, but don't tell me it's development, and also don't tell me it's NIL. Tell me it's just your choice. Say, hey, this was the best choice that I wanted to make at this time, and it's my decision. No problem with that, Cantwell. Miami, you screwed up because this kid could bail on you real quick. Or I'm going to list some other NIL evaluations, some guys that went elsewhere and what happened to them. And Cantwell, you screwed up because Miami's going to be bad. Mario Cristobal may not be the coach that you leave Miami being coached by. It's bad. And just tell me it's your choice. I'm going to come back after this. I'm going to let you know why it's really interesting that a team that nobody's talking about is actually the worst NIL team in the history of NIL for what their product, their position, their coach, Who the heck am I talking about next? Locked On Bulldogs. But first, I want to let you know about Wayfair. Wayfair is fantastic. We love them. You should love them too. Days are getting longer. Weather is warming up. People are spending more time outside, which means it's the perfect time to refresh your outdoor space. Whether you're working on a big backyard or small balcony, guess what? Wayfair has everything you need to make it feel more like you. Massive selection of outdoor essentials makes it easy to transform any space into your ideal summer. Comfy conversations next to sleek dining tables, outdoor decor. They got it all, prices that fit your budget. Hey, delivery is free and hassle-free. It's fantastic. Even all the big stuff, couches, tables, desks, it doesn't matter. Free, hassle-free delivery. Shop a huge selection of outdoor furniture online this summer. Get outside at Wayfair. Head to wayfair.com right now. That's wayfair.com. Wayfair. Every style, every home. We are back. I'm talking about NIL, the miss on Cantwell, what Georgia's going to do next, and why actually Kirby Smart is not losing a single footing, and somebody else is already losing footing and cannot make it up. I'm going to talk about what that team is, but first I'm going to say Kirby Smart's not losing anything. Cantwell used Kirby to get a bigger paycheck that he wanted right now. That is not a fault, and I'm here to tell you, for all of you who say he's losing ground, no, he is not. Now, you can say he's not right for this, okay? The same I'm about to say, you can tell me he's wrong for this, but until somebody else proves to me definitively over a scientific study, not just your feels, not just your insights, but scientifically can prove to me with metrics and measurables and wins and championships that his system doesn't work, because it has worked in the NIL era, will continue to work in the NIL era, and other teams that are doing well will continue to do so, especially as the field expands. Okay. Kirby Smart does not want to overpay for anybody, including Cantwell. When he said, Kirby, you want to match $5 million? Again, let me tell you, Kirby could have. When people are stupid and make some money and then go out and buy a $100,000 F-350 to look cool, you are blowing away your wealth to look cool. And those aren't the people that have generational, long-standing wealth that affects everyone. The people that I know with just gobs of money are driving a 2005 Honda Accord, a Toyota Camry, a Tacoma, these cars that go miles and miles and miles and miles and need lower maintenance and are just fantastically made, and they don't need splash and flash and all of that. Those are the people whose bank accounts, when they go ahead and pass and all of a sudden they're like, oh, we actually left an inheritance, and they're building like colleges with their name. They're building schools, endowments are raised with their name. It's because they're not wasting it on overpriced things that they believe they can get elsewhere. See, we can do just fine with an offensive line that doesn't include Cantwell because of the price tag of what he commands. Good on you. Kirby's market, the reason why he's never behind, the reason why he's not sleeping, the reason why NIL hasn't passed him up, is because he's not going to overpay for something he doesn't think he needs. And he can develop. He can take 3-star kids and make them 5-star first-round kids that get a huge payday. He can take interior offensive linemen and make them stalwarts left tackle in the NFL. He could take defensive linemen and turn them into the best pass rushing weapon on their team. That's what he can do. He has proven that. He doesn't need Cantwell. Cantwell would be nice, and he personally would hugely develop under Kirby Smart's tutelage at Georgia. And Kirby would do great and utilize him very well, but he's not going to overpay for him. So for all of us who sit out there and want to make a claim that he is not doing well and want to make these, NIL is a real equalizer. The New England Patriots did this almost similar thing for years in the NFL and did just fine. It's why Tom Brady took a lower paycheck. It's why teams strike in the first 5 years when they hit gold on their quarterback selection in the draft and he's under a rookie contract before they have to pay him, not for what he will be, what he has been. You pay premium positions a little bit higher, but you get a team full of studs around you that are developmental. It's in the draft. It's the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round picks. That's what makes a team. Yes, you need superstars. Absolutely. I'm not saying you don't. We have superstars. What I'm saying is you don't overpay for them. Cowboys, Dak Prescott. Yikes. Like, those are the decisions that get you in trouble. Aaron Rodgers and any team he plays on, yikes. Like, that's bad business. Kirby Smart's not in bad business. Who is in bad business? Not Kirby Smart. Lincoln Riley and USC. I'm going to talk in the 3rd segment about we have ourselves a very, very capable linebacker that is on the board now. And right now, it may not seem Georgia's in the lead, but rumbling and rumors are around where Georgia is in the lead. I'm going to talk about 3rd segment, why that is. But I'm just going to let you know, Lincoln Riley and USC are the biggest bag of fumblers in the NIL era. I'm here to tell, let me just tell you, LA, a lot of money in LA? Yep. USC, a lot of alumni from USC? Yep. A lot of rich, famous, steeped in history and lore USC? Yep. All of those, yes. They have the money, they have the prestige. When USC was thumping, when they had the best rappers, the best artists, the best actors on the sideline, repping their gear and throwing all sorts of parties, it was flowing. Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, Lindell. I mean, it was wild what Pete Carroll did at USC. It was truly something special. That's why Texas's win against them was phenomenal. USC has the DNA, the wealth base, the location. You don't think kids are going to go to LA? There's a lot of fun in LA. There's a lot of things to do in LA. It's great weather, it's great society, and it's great exposure. You're telling me in this day and age of NIL, if we're talking, well, Kirby's fumbling the bag at NIL. LA influencers, that's literally like a job title. You just live as an influencer in LA. That's what everybody does. Everybody's a musician in Nashville at the airport waiting to get famous. Everybody in LA is an actor waiting to get seen, an influencer waiting for their YouTube to pop. Ben Dukes, we love you, by the way. Keep grinding, brother. Like, everybody has this dream. LA should have the biggest, easiest way. Here's the biggest bag of fumblers in the world. USC 2025 Justice Terry. Oh no. He's not at USC. Isaiah Gibson. Oh yeah, he here. Hayden Lowe. Where's Hayden Lowe? Hayden Lowe is now Miami. Julian Lewis, Colorado. By the way, 5-star kids so far. I have listed 5-star kids that USC said, we got them. They're coming on down. They're going to be here. Nope, just kidding. Hayden Lowe, absolute just Westlake Village, California. Out of their backyard of USC, top 16 nationally. Nope, he gone. Julian's gone. Jerome Miles, not anywhere yet out of Utah. Top 30 kid, wide receiver, big, 6'3", 215. USC. Do you not think USC and wide receivers and offense go hand in hand? They do. This kid said, no thanks. I'm out. Drake Stubbs, Florida, from Jacksonville, 4-star kid now, but top 100. He's a Florida Gator, 6'1", 200 safety. Said, no thanks, Lincoln Riley. I don't want to play this game anymore. And I could go on and on and on. There are more 4-star kids, Ty Jackson, Cardi Smith, Dominic Kelly, just gobs of talent that at one time USC said, we got them. Why is nobody talking about that? Now you could say, well, they haven't been successful. You're right, which that's a whole nother thing. They have the buy-in, they have tradition, they have the location, they have the money, they have the wealth, they have the influence, they have the marketability, and it's a pretty dang good school, actually, everybody. And they are at one time at the zenith of college football. Who's the biggest NIL losers? It's the USC Trojans, and I don't know how nobody can say that definitively. They haven't been relevant. They're losing to teams. They haven't had a matchup they've dominated. They haven't had Heisman winners or a actual good offense nor a good defense in years. I mean, Lincoln Riley, what are you doing? You're just you're handling this all wrong. And I don't know why nobody in the world is not pointing to them. How you could even utter Kirby is losing it when he is outpacing USC and Lincoln Riley. Offensive minded, savant, marketability, Instagram, likability, NIL dream. Kirby's outdoing them. Do you see how ludicrous it sounds? It's just, guys, it's ludicrous. I'm going to come back for this. I'm going to let you know about a possible, maybe, hopeful. Does Georgia have a chance at one of the kids that no longer is at USC? We're going to talk about that next. But first, these. We are back. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I am Clint. This is for fans, by fans. I'm going to talk about a position of need that I love very, very, very dear to my heart. And I say position of need because this position is always in need. Because if you have too many of these, I don't know what you've done in life, but you've done something. You've made a deal at a crossroads with some sort of devil. If you have too many of these, it is insane to me to think that Georgia will continue a route of getting linebackers like Xavier Griffin. Xavier Griffin, Gainesville, Georgia, 6'3", 200 pounds, one-time committed since I believe November. I think November he was committed to USC. Been that way for a long, long time. Right now, it's really, really interesting to me. He decommits from USC the day after Cantwell says no to Georgia. I'm off to Miami. Is that an indication of some freed up space that he can get some of it? I don't. Part of me says yes, because timing is a thing, and it's not a coincidence that Kirby getting news of this says, okay, hey, Cantwell, go. Hey, we're here. You want to talk? Great. If not, I'm going to go elsewhere because you're choosing to go elsewhere. Great. Have fun. And he pivots. Completely plausible and probable. But let me just talk about the timing of it, who this kid is, and what chances we have. Right now, look, he's 6'3", 200 pounds. His easiest comp is to NFL linebackers. I mean, every single person, we're talking the Campbells of the world. We're talking the Roquan Smiths of the world. Okay? Like, he's been on the Polynesian Bowl, Navy All-American. He's an absolute stud. As much as Cantwell was a can't-miss tackle, this kid is a can't-miss linebacker. Now, you could sit here and we can go down the list of who Georgia has within their football ranks and within their recruiting ranks at linebacker. And this just in, it's fantastic. Like, truly and honestly, fantastic. Georgia has a litany list of already guys that have been there, gone, done amazing stuff. That is hugely successful for them, but it's also who they have coming in. Not only do they get guys like Jared Curtis and Spafford, they get guys like Fort, Jordan Smith, 2 4-star kids. They have nobody right now at linebacker. I just listed a couple wide receivers, a couple safeties, quarterback, Lincoln Keys, tight end, Graham Houston, tackle. Like, okay, great. Haven't listed a linebacker yet. And Kirby always gets his linebackers. I mean, always gets his linebackers. Zayden Walker, number 1 linebacker in the entire nation out of Georgia. Yes, please. Got him this recruiting cycle. Already there with that. You want to talk about before that? How about Justin Williams, the number 1 inside linebacker in his recruiting cycle out of Texas? Now, all of a sudden, we get to, oh, yes, the number 1 linebacker from this recruiting cycle it seems to fit the part. Kirby doesn't have a linebacker already lined up for next cycle. He already has taken the best linebacker in all of America every single year leading up to this. And now Cantwell decides to go to Miami. Again, it's not because Kirby couldn't pay the $5 million. It's that he didn't want to. His valuation of Cantwell was, you're not worth it, son. Go be great. That's what Kirby told him. I don't think Xavier Griffin is going to all of a sudden come in and say, hey, I want the $5 million. Kirby's going to tell him likely, son, you're not worth it. I love you, but you're not worth it. Likely was going to tell him. 6'3", 200 pounds, multiple sport, basketball, track speed, basketball acumen. He's all regional as a sophomore. I mean, the kid is, by the way, just a couple of notes of, he's got 21 sacks in high school as an off-ball linebacker. He is a killer and a shark amongst men, number one, and I love our chances for him. Right now, a bunch of places have officials. Georgia is looking to get that visit, looking to host him, looking to come in. But if you look at the timing, you look at historical data, and you look at the profile, and then you go and you want to talk about development. Look at every single linebacker that's gone to Georgia, finished at Georgia, and what they've gone on to do is they've gone on to lead successful NFL careers, some of them being the best linebackers in all of the league. Period. That being the case, I like our chances to land Xavier Griffin. The timing feels right. The need feels right. Kirby's going to close on this. I believe Glenn Schumann's going to close on this. I think the NIL is going to be good in our favor, just like it was for Jared Curtis. Jared Curtis gets that 1, 2, 3 million. Then we get to the later ends. If he's not starting, he goes down. He likely transfers at that point if he's a third-year guy and not starting at Georgia because he can't beat out anybody else. That's the most important thing about that, is that he cannot beat anybody out for that. And he needs to go ahead and go elsewhere, or he is leading Georgia to national championship level things. And guess what? He's every single penny is worth it. Xavier Griffin likely to get similar treatment. Hey, perform and do well. That's it. And I think he is going to perform and do well no matter where he goes. I'm excited because I love linebackers at Georgia. It's one of my favorite things in the entire world is watching these kids come on into Georgia and just blow up on the scene of SEC greatness. Glenn and Kirby, I have faith in them to close. A lot of predictions have Georgia in the driver's seat on this because everybody had their shot. It went to USC, and by the way, we've seen this narrative before. Don't look to Justice Terry. This kid Griffin is not the same as he's not even the same personality, the same kid, not at all. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every single day. We'll be back tomorrow talking more about them dogs. We'll see you guys then.